All right, so we're just going to recap what we did this week, and this will be good for anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be in review of this week. It's a good, solid lesson on its own, but it just happened to be what we did this week. So, all right, so David, I have you in my guard. So we're kind of modifying our drill too a little bit. We're going in the opposite order, so I'm going to maybe swim under his arms. That part isn't as necessary, but I essentially want to go for the hip bump sweep. I come up like this, and we can do it to where I actually get the sweep, and then we reset, okay? But now he posts his arm out there to stop the sweep, so I catch it. And again, I can catch the Kimura. He can tap, and then we can catch it again, and as I'm falling back, he straightens his arm out, he hugs me, yes. And yeah, look how he came up on his legs. I like that, but he doesn't even have to. He can do either or. But go back real quick. Look, I think the timing is something that's pretty important here. If you really want to catch it successfully in a roll, as he straightens his arm out, I'm already coming down, eating up this space right here. If I don't, I wait until he's here, I'm going to have a harder time getting this. I can come through this way, or I can grind his space down, no problem. But it's going to be harder. So if my timing can get solid as I'm practicing this, he straightens his arm out, and I'm already coming down here, eating that space up. Now, my hand closest to his body, my palm is facing out. I come down and I bite right on that dimple of his shoulder. He's up here, yeah, drive into me. There you go. He's trying to protect his arm. If he stays back like you were, then I still possibly have this arm, right, or something else. So I'm going to take this arm in a second, but he's going to be driving into me. So now that I'm here, I bite down. If he lifts up, if he tries to go anywhere, I'm attached to him. That's how tightly I'm holding his shoulder to my chest. Now that I'm here, I take my foot right here. You can go ahead and stay on your knees for this part right now. Either way it'll work, but let's just let him relax a little bit. So I take my foot first for myself. Man, I can't go right to his hip. But even for me being flexible, it's a little bit of a tight fit. So I'm just going to come here, I'm going to shrimp out. Now I'm going to go to his hip. A lot easier for me, especially, I mean, if it's easier for me, it's definitely going to be easier for most people. I'm pretty flexible in my hips. So now I'm here, and I put my foot on his hip, and I bite down on his shoulder. Okay, so I want to get back to this. I just want to turn around a little bit, Dave. Right here, a little bit, yeah, right here. So look, so I'm here, I shrimp out, putting my foot on the mats, then I put my foot on his hip, and I can shrimp out a little bit more, still keeping this pressure tight right here. I drive my knee down onto his shoulder, and then my arms and my neck both slide out in tandem like this. And look how I'm not just sliding out, I'm sliding and I'm facing down more and more, right? I don't want to let his thumb slip all the way out. We'll actually deal with this in a second. But, and I think it's better if we don't go like this and then this, or the other way around. I want to stay together. So as I slide out, I stay locked in, and I'm pushing my head up towards the ceiling to keep his arm trapped, you okay? Mm-hmm. And even if he tries to like twist his hand, like point his thumb another direction, if I stay tight enough, it's going to reseat the way I want it to seat. Okay, so now that I'm here, I've created lots of daylight in here by being far on my side. If I'm flat on my back, I pull and he's going into my chest. I can't hyperextend. I want to get far on my side. The farther on my side, the tighter it gets. All right, so now I'm pulling down. I can pull in and he'll tap there, right? If you're having a hard time with that, you can also go like what I call I Dream of Jeannie. Slide across like this, and I can pull down. You can see he's getting ready to tap, so that's pretty tight. But what I don't want to see is like a big let go and re-grip here. You're here and you slide, keeping that pressure the whole time. And then you can pull down, he's about ready to tap. I can twist at the same time, and he doesn't like it. Just play with this feeling right here. This feeling right here, even without my arms in play, you can feel that it's getting tighter and tighter with that twisting motion that I'm doing, okay? So this is good review. If you need to review that, just rewind it and watch it again. Okay. So now we're going to go to another one. This one plays a little bit more if he stacks up, but he doesn't have to. In fact, I think I'm going to play it both ways, but I actually prefer it if he doesn't stack up. I like to use my hips a little bit more. So the same thing, whatever, here, he hugs me, I'm here, and he stacks up heavy. The reason it helps if he stacks up is that I don't have to fight so hard to get this hook. Okay, so let's just keep it like this for now. He's stacking heavy. The reason he's stacking heavy is to help him keep his arm hugging my neck. If he goes down, then he has a little bit more, it's a little bit more likely that I can isolate his elbow. So he stacks heavy to keep that pressure, the gravity down. Now that I'm here, I still have this bite. I hook, and I twist. I send my elbow up to the air on his throat. So I'm just persuading him to sweep himself, all right? So I lift with my elbow, I lift with this foot, and then I chop with my far leg. I'll turn around in a second and show you, but So I lift, chop, lift, and I go to mount. Okay, so just spin, spin. Stack up. So from this other angle, I have my hook. This hook right here is hooked in. It's easy to get because there's lots of space. I'm still driving down here. I lift with my far elbow. I lift with this foot under his knee, and I chop with this leg. It's like a lifting elevator scissors hybrid something, I don't know. All right, so that's a really cool one. Now I did see a modification, or just a slight difference when I saw a video of Marcelo Garcia doing it. Stack up for me. And somehow he got to here. That seems not very realistic for all body types, but if they give me enough space, then I can pull, lift with that far leg and push that leg, and it makes it a little bit more powerful. I'm not sure how realistic it is for various body types or various positions, okay? So that's called the Gringo roll. That sweep right there is called the Gringo roll. There can be more options to that, but that's a good basic one, okay? So I just want to do it again as if he's not stacking up. All right, so I'm here, I'm skipping to this part right here. So now he's not stacking up. You can see it's gonna be a lot harder for me to get my foot in there. I can't. So I need to use my hips more. I need to activate my hips. So I shrimp out, a big extreme shrimp out. Now I can hook easily, much easier, right? If I wanted to, I could straighten back up again, but I don't necessarily want to, okay? Once I shrimp out, I get that hook, I wanna go with this momentum, lift, chop, take him out. It's all the same motion after that, but it's hard to get that foot in there, so you need to shrimp way out. But luckily, since I want to be at this angle anyway, it helps me out. So what I'm going for here is kind of a moon shape. So if I try to sweep him and we're in a straight line right here, even if I get my foot in there, it's going to be harder for me to do. But if I turn myself and make both of us kind of in a U shape or a curve, then it makes it a lot easier for me to lift and sweep. So this is going to be a good secret to this one, is making sure that you do this motion standard. Is once I have everything there, I lift and I turn myself like this, really extreme. Then I can lift, and it makes that sweep considerably easier, okay? All right, so again, if you need to go over that again, just rewind it and watch this, okay? Now this is the final thing we did just last night, okay? So let's say that he does get out. Are we good? We'll scoot back together. Is that good? Okay, this is the last thing we did last night, okay? Let's say that I'm here, I'm just skipping a few steps, all right? Actually, just for giggle's sake, we'll go to sweep, he posts, I grab, he straightens out, I come down, I grab this. I'm starting to go for this armbar, but maybe I make a mistake, or maybe I want him to do it, or whatever. I let his thumb come too far out. Now his arm has escaped. His arm has escaped that near side straight armbar right there, but I still have control of it, right? It was here, his thumb slipped out, now he's here. I still have control like an armbar almost. So what I want to do is put my foot on his hip. I want to put my forehead on the ground right here. Look, my butt right over here, down here, my butt came off the ground. My ribs, everything came off the ground. I'm pushing on here. This leg is helping me. I go to my forehead, and I want to come down to my knee right here. I want to send this knee down by his head, like this. Pinch, twist, I still have his arm here. Now look, what I see a lot is people come here, they put their knee down, and then they tip over. And that creates a little too much space in here. I don't want that. I want to put my knee down, pinch, and then send my knee that way. It's going to look like this, to where I sit on my hip. You probably feel some pressure on your arm, David, a little bit? A little bit. Yeah. So now that I'm here, I twist like this, and look how precarious his arm is. I can pull, and especially if are you tapping? Yeah. Especially if I twist at the same time, it really makes it nasty. I'm pulling, actually probably this is going to be the best twist right here. I don't want to hurt him, but it's tight. And look, I have such a good tight squeeze here on my thighs that if he tries to pull out, even without my hands holding him, go ahead and Dave, pull out, he might get it eventually, but definitely not if my arms are also in play here. It's going to be really tough for him to escape out of that. So let's do that again. We'll go a little bit faster now. Sorry. Like this, a twist, I fall down, I have his arm here, I can finish it right here. A possibility, now look, I want to point out, actually, the reason I'm going belly down armbar, so I have to have this foot behind his head anyway. All belly down armbars, for the most part, it's a good general rule to follow. is that we want this behind his head. If I try to do this belly down armbar and my foot is in front of his face, it gives him escape route, okay? I want to control his posture as I do this. All right, but let's say that he does a forward roll and he gets out of that, then I want to bring this leg back in front again. So you see my hips, they change, I shrimp out, my leg goes in front of his face, drives him down, and I can finish the armbar again. That's it. That's what we did this week.